Hey guys, so I have a fun book for you guys. It's kind of like a chapter book. I hope that's okay with you guys. It is My Monster Farts. Chapter 1. Okay, the first thing I have to tell you is that I have a secret. A really strange secret. Are you ready for this? I have a pet monster named Lenny. I'm telling you the truth. I really am. Not many people can see him or hear him. Some kids can, but most can't. Lenny is the coolest monster ever. He has scraggly green fur with short horns on each side of his head. He has big brown eyes and a smile from horn to horn. He loves to laugh and tell jokes. I love Lenny, but sometimes he drives me crazy. You see, Lenny likes to fart. No, he loves to fart. Small farts, medium farts, and big farts. They're usually smelly too. Have you ever smelled a really smelly fart? If you have, you will understand why Lenny drives me crazy. Oh, my name is Zach. I'm 7 years old and in grade 3. I'll be 8 in a couple of months. My teacher's name is Miss Light. She's a nice teacher, but I wish she wouldn't give us homework. I also have a younger brother, Billy. He drives me crazy too. Do you have a younger brother or sister that drives you crazy sometimes? If you do, you will know what I'm talking about. If you don't, you are one lucky kid. I got in trouble in school today. Again. Miss Light gave us some math questions to do. I like math. The questions were pretty easy. We had to add numbers together. I'm getting good at adding. Then Lenny showed up. He was beside me. No one else could see him. He looked at me and gave me that big smile of his. He peered over my shoulder and looked at my math work. I heard him chuckle. I knew I was in trouble. Suddenly, a big fart smell filled the classroom. "Oh, that stinks," said Haley. "Miss Light, Zach just blew a big fart again," said Emily. Everyone in the class started laughing. Their faces were scrunched up and some kids were holding their noses. Lenny was laughing and holding his nose too. "Zach," said Miss Light, "go sit in the back of the classroom. I guess you'll be missing recess again." Miss Light thought I was farting again. I couldn't tell her that Lenny did it, could I? Seriously, do you think she would believe me? I gave Lenny a dirty look. He just kept laughing. I had to miss recess, too. I really needed to have a talk with Lenny. After school, we walked home together. "Listen, Lenny," I said. "You have to stop farting around other people." "But Lenny likes farting," said Lenny. "But it's getting me in trouble," I said. "Do you want me to get in trouble?" "No," said Lenny. "I don't want you to get in trouble. Lenny will try hard not to fart in front of other people." Lenny put his arm around me, and we walked home from school. I couldn't stay upset with him. I knew he really didn't mean it. Chapter 2. The next few days went really well. Lenny came to visit me at school again, and he didn't fart once. I was really happy. Miss Light was happy, and all the kids in class were happy. One day after school, I was in the living room doing my work. My little brother, Billy, was watching TV. Lenny was sleeping on the sofa. His big belly and feet were sticking up in the air. My mom had a big pile of clean clothes in a basket. Billy went over to the basket. He took out some underwear and pulled it over his head. "Mom," he wailed. Then he shouted, "Stop it, Zach! Leave me alone!" I knew what Billy was up to. He was trying to get me in trouble again. Before I could say anything, Mom was in the living room. "Stop that, Zach," she said. "Leave your little brother alone. Why are you putting underwear on Billy's head?" She went over to Billy and pulled the underwear off his head. He pretended to be upset. Lenny had heard all the noise and shouting. He had woken up. He thought it was so funny that Billy had underwear on his head. He began to laugh really hard. Then it happened. There was a loud rumble, and then a really gross fart smell filled the room. "Zach," said Mom. "First you put underwear on Billy's head, and now you farted again." "Oh, it smells! Go to your room." "But Mom," I said. Oh, there was no point. I couldn't tell her about Lenny, could I? Even though she was my mom, I didn't think she would believe me. I glared believe me either. I glared at Billy as I went to my room. When we got to my room, I turned to Lenny. You promised me you wouldn't fart in front of other people, I said. I looked at Lenny with a frown on my face. Lenny is sorry, said Lenny, looking sad. Lenny couldn't help it. Lenny loves to fart. Big, smelly farts. Lenny then started laughing. I got even more upset. Lenny, you promised me, I said. You are my best friend. After Lenny finished laughing, he promised me that he wouldn't fart again in front of other people. I was sure he meant it this time. I went to bed happy. Chapter 3. The following week was great. School was good. We were learning how to subtract. It was harder than adding, but I was starting to get it. Billy was getting better at home. On Friday after school, Billy, Lenny, and I were having some milk and cookies. I'm really pleased with you two this week, said Mom. Zach, you haven't farted once. I've got a treat for you two. What is it, Billy and I asked together. I'm taking you out for ice cream, she said. Are you ready? Yes, we shouted together. Lenny was clapping his enormous monster paws together. He loved ice cream. When we got to our favorite ice cream place, we decided we wanted milkshakes instead. Mom had a vanilla milkshake, and Billy had a chocolate milkshake. Lenny and I shared a strawberry milkshake. We took turns sipping out of my straw. Lenny likes milkshakes, said Lenny. Me too, I said without thinking. Zach, you're talking to yourself again, said Mom. Oops, I forgot. Nobody can hear Lenny, but they can hear me. Then Billy started blowing bubbles in his milkshake. We all laughed. Then I started blowing bubbles in my milkshake. And then Mom. Lenny thought it was really funny. He started laughing so hard that he almost fell over. Then it happened again. He blew the biggest, grossest fart he has ever blown. We all scrunched up our faces at once. Let's see. Oops, sorry, I lost my spot on there. Okay. Zach, how could you do that here? Gasped Mom. She got up and quickly walked out. Billy and I followed behind her. Mom was trying to pretend that she didn't know us. On the way out, I heard what people were saying. What a smell! Who blew one? Oh, disgusting! When we were driving home, I glared at Lenny. We really needed to have another talk. This was getting serious. Chapter 4. When we got home, Mom sent me to my room. She said she was getting sick and tired of my farting. She said the smells were absolutely horrendous. Up in my room, I didn't talk to Lenny at first. I was so mad at him. I reached under my bed and got a big bag of giant puffy marshmallows. I had found them in the kitchen cupboard the other day. When Mom wasn't looking, I snuck the bag into my room. What's that? Asked Lenny, with a puzzled look on his face. It's a marshmallow, I said, popping one in my mouth. Can Lenny try one? He asked. I passed one over. He put the soft, squishy marshmallow between his monster fingers and squeezed it slowly together. He had a big smile on his face. Then he put it in his mouth. He gasped. I looked at his face. He looked like he was in heaven. This is the best food Lenny has ever eaten, said Lenny. This is fun food. Lenny wants more marshmallows. Suddenly, a bright idea flashed in my head. Lenny, I said, you can have marshmallows every day if you want. There's one thing you must do. Tell me, said Lenny dreamily. Lenny will do anything to have marshmallows every day. You cannot fart in front of other people, I said. You cannot get me in trouble anymore. If you do, you will not get any marshmallows. Deal, said Lenny. He put a giant puffy marshmallow on each of his claws. Then he filled his face up with them. Who knew that monsters could love marshmallows so much? Chapter 5. 1 month has now gone by. Lenny has not farted once in front of other people. My friends are happy. My teacher is happy. My mom is thrilled. Mom is wondering why I spent all my allowance money on marshmallows. If only she knew. All right, I hope you guys like that one.